My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Monster Train. We've got a random clan and a random clan and a higher covenant. That is covenant rank 6. Add a copy of the primary clan starter card to your starting deck. Oh, so it's thickening up the deck, trashing a little bit. I see. Yeah, 13 cards in the base deck. We have Umbra, Hellhaunt. Hellhaunt's the lead. Tempering the strength of our units is Seraph the Temperate there. We've got 2 vents in the base deck, as well as an imp in a box, as well as the Prismal Dust. There's a lot of energy manipulation, and there's big cards in Hellhaunt and a lot of energy manipulation in Umbra. I could see trying to pair those. Because I'm going for the Hellhaunt champion first, I think I'll look at the champion before the artifact. Okay. Well, see, the thing about that is, multi-strike units synergize very, very well with a lot of the stuff the Umbra can do. The Umbra also has like a lot of good frontline tanky units. I'm just looking at that Hornbreaker and wondering how commonly I will be able to feed it morsels. Having Vent at the start is nice, a little bit of AoE. So the Hornbreaker, that is to say the Wrathful Hornbreaker, the one with Slay, gain 5 armor, has now also been given Revenge, gain 1 rage, giving it easier time translating that into damage, especially near the end as you're fighting the boss. I like that. I like the new Hornbreaker Prince. I like the Wrathful on it. I'm gonna take it. I don't know how I'm gonna build around it. The multi-striker is nice though. Ooh, first time each turn an enemy unit dies, add 2 morsel units to hand. But there's also the guild marker, merchant cost reduced by 25%. That's just 25% more money, basically, getting it this early. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get nutty things to happen in shops. Which basically just means that very early on here, I just have to focus on getting a single good card. And then ultra buffing that in the next area. At the start of battle, enemy units appear on each floor. That's not really a problem with 2 vents in the deck. Worst case scenario, I end up taking like 12 damage to this. In order to get this money, I'll take it. Okay, we're fine. Infinite box for, ooh, Welder Help, a great pickup right there. Then a Fledgling Imp. Got a Vent for 1 damage. I'm gonna burn out the Prismal Dust here. X-Cost Divine Shield is not actually that great, unless you're going against a bunch of very strong enemies, and I'm not seeing a whole bunch of very strong enemies here. So I take 1 damage to that clergyman. This could have all been a lot worse. Nice. Also, I got a lot of rage on my Wrathful Hornbreaker here. Okay, first things first, let's take you out. Shade Split. Get a Magma Morsel that'll be eaten by the Hornbreaker. Pop a Train Steward on the bottom floor. Oh! I didn't even see that you were getting past me. Huh. Oops. My bad, I guess. Okay, hang on. You deal 2 to me. That gives me 1 rage. I go to 27 damage. So I inflict back 29. So Vent actually kills. I took 2 more damage than I needed to. Actually, I don't even know if I could have prevented that last turn. Okay. I'm gonna torch my own unit there in order to get a Train Steward, which is more powerful. And then this floor should be fine. It is not. That's not a good Shade Splitter. That might be enough. It's not. It doesn't even change the amount of damage. Well, Okay, so he took 8 damage overall in order to get 75 gold. I'll take that every day. Well, unless I only have 8 health left. In which case, I'll be a little more careful. But I'll still probably take it. I like that Fortify. Helps protect the Hornbreaker while the Hornbreaker is getting bigger. Making the morsel to add a morsel money to your hand. Very, very powerful. Double reducing the cost or reducing the cost and giving that holdover or something like that very early seems like a great idea to me. There's also, however, the issue of we don't have a unit that really wants to stand behind the Hornbreaker Prince. But we could get a Hellhaunt unit here and then forge it. I love doing that. Endless? Not really what I'm looking for. Rage 7, health 25. Those could be, depending on what we find here. Alpha Friend. Yes. We'll take the Alpha Friend. I'm going to reroll. Looking for multi-strike. Dang. Large Stone. So the Alpha Friend is already 3 capacity. Becomes 4 capacity with the Large Stone. Makes it real difficult to put that behind a Hornbreaker Prince. I will leave you with the ability to still get multi-strike later, rather than fully upgrading you there. There's another Merchant of Steel in the next area, although there's an Umbra unit as well as a Merchant of Magic. Also hold the money for the next area. Okay. Yeah, we should be fine with this. Also, I'd love to get another unit. Could help me continue to decide where this run is going to go. So definitely throwing out a torch as well as the Hornbreaker Prince here. You're giving spikes to everyone else and you also deal 5 damage by yourself. So you're overall the most damage there. We'll get the Alpha Friend here on the bottom floor, not only because it has a giant amount of HP, but also so that it starts getting its strike trigger more consistently. It strikes and triggers when attacking, gains +3 to its damage. Okay. I like the idea of using the vent for 2 damage on this floor. So just gonna put a box first. Yeah, I'm going to throw a Molting Imp on this floor. Which also blocks the damage for the Alpha Friend and then gets killed itself. I think I'll... Shade Split or Train Steward? I think I'll Train Steward actually here. And then vent for the kills. Great. I'll Shade Split 2 times this turn and just pop them behind the appropriate units. You can go there. And we'll throw the final Train Steward on the top floor. Alright. Torch you and Fortify, and that is the win. You can just see the Alpha getting bigger and bigger and bigger over the course of that. Very, very good unit for taking out bosses at the end. Ritual of Battle, Molting Imp, Fledgling Imp. We don't have multi-strikers or anything like that. I really wish this champion was a multi-striker. I would love that so much now. I'm not going to take any of those, though. Space Prism is nice. Gives me the ability to put the Alpha Friend behind the Hornbreaker. And if nothing else, it gives me the ability to... Oh, God. That's a very early Overgorger. I just had an Overgorger thing, though. There's also a Morsel Maker there. Resolves to summon a Umbra morsel and a magma morsel in the same room. So it's giving +3/+3 for each turn to the frontline enemy unit, although on a turn delay. Frontline allied unit, sorry. Although on a turn delay. It can violate the capacity of floors though, so I could put that behind the Alpha Friend and it would just work. It's probably not Overgorger. We've done that very, very recently. But we could find minion upgrades in the next area. I'm gonna take it. We'll see if we pivot towards it. I don't 100% intend to, but maybe. There is no Merchant of Steel in this area, but there is a Hell Vent and an Unstable Vortex. Alright. Not exactly what I was looking for there. We'll look at the Umbra unit next. It's a Shadow Eater. I don't want the Overgorger anymore. I want the Shadow Eater instead. I'm taking so many units right now. Ugh. Ryan. Why? Oh, God. I haven't even upgraded anything yet. Yikes. I don't really want much here. I could get 5 copies of Space Prism. That might actually not be an awful idea. Hang on. Get out a Shadow Eater in the front line, put an Alpha Friend behind it. That's 7. And then I just need the ability to put Gorge units behind that. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do something dumb. And then when it turns out to be dumb, I can go, you know what? I've learned not to do that dumb thing again. I touched the stove was hot. I've decided to stop touching the stove. Double stack. Double stack of Divine Shield is not bad. I will keep the double stacked one. Reduce the cost of making a morsel again. If I'd done this, then it would have been 5 copies of making a morsel. No issue. Obvious, of course. But the thing is, you never know whether you want to go to the event first in order to get a card to upgrade then at the Merchant of Magic, or go to the Merchant of Magic because you might get the ability to dupe the card in the event, right? There's not necessarily a set correct order to those two. And actually, I think it's like, I think the way that I handled it might be on average the better order. Don't like that at all. Okay. We're not doing Overgorger. It's going to take too many morsels, and I'm not focusing putting my morsels in that. I'll focus using the Shadow Eater for AoE, because that kind of clears up our problem of not having multi-strike, right? Pop that there. Prism. 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 Just trying to have time to set up the Alpha Friend there. Great. This should ultimately be set up on the bottom floor rather than the top. Yep. Gorge triggers after combat, right? So it's fine. We can still put that down. Gorges to eat both. Great. That is an annoyance, actually. Something I didn't think about. Is that the Gorge will trigger after combat, so it can't really clear the chaff for the Alpha Friend to then hit the remainder. So what it really does instead is actually, no, here's what it is. Shadow Eater goes on the bottom floor with a bunch of morsels behind. Hornbreaker is the frontliner for Alpha Friend, I think. Hornbreaker will get a lot better next time it gets upgraded, which I believe is after this battle. The timings did get changed recently though, so if I'm wrong, it happens. Take 6 stacks of damage shield there. I'm trying not to speed through all of these combat animations, but I'm also trying not to just let all of them slowly play out. Trying to judge how many of them to skip through and how many of them to not skip through. I've not necessarily found the balance yet, but I'm definitely trying. Definitely trying. Yeah, one unit gets past right now. Don't absolutely love that, but I'll take the 4. Alright. We're set. Armor, let's also go... Yes, fledgling on this floor, protect my damage shields. And then this top floor should be real simple. Just wait. Okay. Yeah, I definitely have different floor pairings to do in the future. Shroud Mitosis is incredible here. So is Furnace Tap from Multi-Strike. Pop that the thing is, you want to do that early to pop the Multi-Strike on the Alpha Friend so that it starts building up faster. But you also don't want to, because Ember Drain 4 is loss of 4 Ember next turn, 3 Ember the turn after, 2 Ember the turn after that, 1 Ember the turn after that. It's a lot. This card costs 4, 3, 2, 1, right? So 1, 2 is 3, 3 is 6, 4 is 10, and 2 for the Furnace Tap's initial cost as well. It costs 12 mana distributed. Shroud Mitosis is really, really good here because we have the Making of a Morsel. So Shroud Mitosis copies a very good morsel. Ooh, hang on though. Allied Construct is very, very interesting and powerful. It's inert, which means it can't attack unless it has fuel, and if it gorges, it gains fuel. Fuel is effectively just a stack that determines whether or not this unit can attack. And it has Multi-Strike. It's good, but I already have so many units. And I'm having trouble with those floors already. I don't have enough minions to feed to you and to feed to the, not Overgorger, but and to feed to the Shadow Eater. I can't take that. One thing we definitely don't need is capacity. Energy is nice. Energy is very nice with the amount of X-Class cards in this deck. Draw is also nice so that I can get to my 0 costs and get all of those out faster and do my setup faster. I think this is just a little nicer. Getting a second Make from Morsel here is huge. Do that. It's another Alpha Friend. I'm fine. I'm pretty sure I'm done taking units at this rate. And speaking of, I've got to get rid of the Overgorger. Every single turn, if there is a minion-related unit left in your deck, for the sake of this, the Train Sewers don't count, by the way. Nor do Imps, nor do Channelers, nor do Morsels. But if there is a minion left in your deck, you will draw it. or one of them. So turn 1, I'm drawing either the Alpha Friend or the Shadow Eater. Turn 2, I will draw the other one. If I had the Overgorger, I might draw it on turn 1, 2, or 3 instead. Remove cards from the deck. I think I get the other Prismal Dust out of here. I think I get a Train Steward out of here as well. Oh. Oh, I already removed the Overgorger. That's fine. Okay, let's get Wrathful Mark II for extra armor. I'd love to have some spikes. Just a little. Non-boss enemy units enter with spikes 4. I get a random artifact if I succeed. I think I can take that. I think it'll be a little annoying, but I think I can take it. Especially because by default at least, the Shadow Eater does not. It doesn't. So if you thought it did, you were wrong. It doesn't. It doesn't, which is doesn't. It doesn't have attack, so it won't attack the enemies. Won't trigger that effect. Just vent on that floor. It does give the incant back to the Clip Reflector there, but not too much I can do about that. I'm also, speaking of not too much I can do about that, there's not too much I can do about that Clip Reflector right there. That's just a bad time for me. And even more unfortunately than that, I have to play spells on this floor right now. I can play Making of a Morsel on a different floor, though. Yep. For the 4th area, enemies having 95 HP, and what's yours by base? 80 is a lot. I'll just say, it's a lot. There's too much. There's someone else to say. I will only say that it is a lot. Okay. Shade Split here. Rubble Morsel? Alright. Consume to expand the size of this. I guess I could just pop down the Molting and the Fledgling. There we go. All of them get eaten. I get 4 extra energy next turn. And now my Prismal Dust is amazing. Hell yeah. I could also vent to save myself taking 9 damage here. I actually think the Prismal Dust is probably the play. That'll stick with me basically until the boss comes. Whew. Ow! It's big! They're too big! Oh, it's so rough. Yeah, the spikes have definitely caused a lot of damage for me. Hopefully the relic turns out to be worth it. Okay. Those 2 out, and then a Prismal Dust. Don't even have the ability to use the vent for anything here. Alright. Thank heck we win. I am obliged to see exactly how much of my damage shield am I losing here. Significantly less than I thought. Whenever a card with consumers played, restore 5 pyre health. I might need that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my god, yes! And we're saved. We don't actually have enough imps to do that. Branding Rat's pretty good here, though. Pop it on the Hornbreaker Prince, triggers the rage, get extra damage, as well as give you extra armor. Prism Retrieval, consume, draw a unit, enhance it with +5 damage X times and negative X cost. Nah, thanks though. Not really good for any of the units I have, and I don't know if it's really good for any units. There's also Grovel here. Apply damage shield 1, add 2 rare or uncommon morsel units to your hand. I do need more morsel trash, effectively, just to throw behind the Shadow Eater, and this provides a damage shield as well as gives us the fuel. Okay, there's 2 removal over here as well as a Merchant of Steel. But there's another Hellvent dupe over here. Another Hellvent dupe is probably another making of a morsel if I had to guess. I like that a lot. Let's look at the artifact first. Second time you summon a unit during your turn, gain 3 energy. That is huge when you have morsels, because morsels count as units for the sake of that. Let's look at the concealed caverns first, just in case there's something here that I want to dupe instead. Or it maybe changes my mind about what... No. Maybe it changes my mind about what else I want to dupe. I don't... Maybe in higher ascensions, covenants rather, I will start to like that event. Not yet. I'll tell you that much. Not yet. Enemy center with spell shield 2. That is actually a bit annoying. Is it? No, the sycophants all die to the Shadow Eater rather. And if not, I'm healing up mad in this fight with the consume, so. Okay. Extend the space up here. Hornbreaker goes in front of Alpha Friends. Then Shadow Eater goes there. We play a Shade Splitter on this floor. Rubble Morsel on that one. It kills. The Overcharged Tank is now huge. This is the thing. Overcharged Tank in this build? Problem. We already had problems dealing enough damage to actually take out a normal enemy effectively, right? But it now has Harvest, gain 10 armor. Every morsel I play is 10 more on it. So I can't play double making of a morsel on this floor. Obviously, I couldn't do it anyway because I haven't got the space for it, but I couldn't if I wanted to. Put it here and you can see the overcharged tank got larger. Thankfully, this deals 5 damage back through the Shadow Eater, so it's not as bad a loss, but it's still not great. Tell you that much, it's still not great. I wish I could kill that Collector without wasting 16 damage here and the possibility of 16 Divine Shields, but I can't, so I won't. Thank heck I'm getting health. Yikes. Yeah, we'd already be dead. Like, not literally already. We would very much be on our way to dead if it wasn't for the refracting lenses here. And honestly, I don't think we're still far off. Oh, God. This deck does nothing. Why? Literally, if I'd just gone Hornbreaker for multi-strike and then taken the Ritual of Battle a couple spaces ago, gotten upgrades on it, it would have double stack and a cost reduction. That would be enough. Remove a bunch of cards from the deck, I would have my damage. But right now, I have ramping damage, AoE damage. I have no big target damage. And I will also say, there are a lot of enemy units that I encountered in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th areas now that had huge HP totals. Like, insurmountable HP totals for me. And in particular, the overcharged tank is a big problem when you have morsels. It's just a nightmare. Put that there. And you can see, despite all of this, the overcharged tank is getting 40 healthier before it even leaves. Yeah, we're dead. Yep. That's a big old rip-us right there. Okay, I'm gonna grovel. I'm gonna try and make this. I don't know. Sorrow of Sorrow, rather. It has sweep. There's nothing I can do here. I'm done. Put a bunch of units down there, it kills them first. Yeah. There were definitely a few times that I gave morsels to overcharge tanks, but without doing that, I also wouldn't have had any damage later on, which looks like it was probably going to be necessary for taking out a boss or other floors. But even then, without the 1 or 2 morsels, the 3 morsels, 1 imp that I extra fed in there, we still would have definitely been dead there. And without the prismatic lens, what was it? On summary, refracting lenses rather. Without the refracting lenses, I definitely would have been dead way earlier. Yeah, I think honestly, like the biggest mistake I made was not taking the other Hornbreaker, not taking the multi-striker. The triple making of a morsel, great. Prismal Dust actually proved to be a lot better than I was expecting. But, you know, it did have double stack. The other one I still wasn't keen on. Honestly, 6 duplications of Space Prism was pretty good. I liked it a lot. Shroud Mitosis, really, really great when you have a bunch of morsel miners guaranteed in your deck. Alpha Friend is also really good, but I was trying to build around the Alpha Friend. So, I was trying to make the Alpha Friend kind of like the star unit, but it grows so slowly that you really need something else. And because I didn't get the multi-strike on the Hornbreaker wasn't going to be that for us. And I thought, okay, the way I supplement that is get AoE, because that's what the multi-strike is missing. But what I missed in that assessment there is that the Alpha Friend grows damage slowly, and so does the Hornbreaker. So for big single targets, I am up a paddle, and up a paddle. I'm up a creek, and I have no paddle. Well, for the moment, there goes my win streak. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. My name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train. There is a link in the description down below with all of my content on the game, past, present, and future, as well as a link to my Twitch stream where you can see me play this game live for 4 hours, pretty much every single day. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.